Hey there, this is Mr. Flores from onemoreblock.com, and I've loaded my alt account here, Building Kingdoms, and we are at the same spot. And as you can see, let me change my fly speed. Oh, I can't type today. As you can see, I can see all the way to whatever build is there. There's a dragon here. In fact, both dragons from the general spawn are loading. There is the warp here for the temple. Somebody's build areas over here. My base is here, the admin house, and there is stuff in the distance over there. So this is about 32 few distance with a little bit more from the Bobby plugin. So you can see that you can load quite a bit of a map, quite an area. So let's change to vanilla Minecraft over there and load the same thing. And we can't get anything. See, I'm loading in the chunks, just joined. There are no mods. This is just the vanilla view distance, and there's a little bit of a hint in the distance that there is more, but we get the tree from the spawn, not the two dragons. There is nothing in the view distance there. It stops here at the old spawn. The ships are gone. There is nothing there. And that build area with the snowman and Christmas tree and stuff is also not there. So yeah, there is quite a bit of a difference. Let's point the arrow here at the tree and compare it to the other one. That is this tree. And as you can see, we can turn around and we still have the spot where we came from, plus all the stuff in the distance, and still have this build over here, still have the ships over there, and all the other stuff. But whatever we had perhaps visited in the past, which is the spawn point for /general, is loaded. So as we then browse around the world and we load in new things, it will basically get added to that view distance because we've visited it. At some point, it will get a cutoff because, you can't always display everything. But the whole spawn is in there. That is crazy. Let's go back to the lighthouse here. There is the other one. There we go. We can't even see it anymore where we were. But the trees have loaded in. They're still in our point of view, our peripheral vision or whatever. So that's Bobby, and there is also Distant Horizon and Foxy and a bunch of stuff, but Bobby is what works for me. And I'm flying pretty fast because this is quite a distance that we're covering. I mean, the lighthouse is here. It's a tiny speck. This is already so many chunks. Can we load the chunks maybe? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It just keeps going. So when I fly around like this, because this is in all directions, right? If I fly around like this, look at how fast we're going through those chunks. And then when you get to a new area, I'm stressing everything right now because obviously I'm recording and whatever. But it's still there. You just can't see it. It's loading it in. There is that Santa, and the spawn is over there. I'm already getting sick and tired of the chunk borders. There's the two dragons. They're getting loaded in again. But it's crazy. Let's compare it again to what we have here. And this is not a bad view distance for a server. This is about 10 to 12 chunks. But maybe we can change that. Let's set it to 32. No, we cannot change that. So the mod Bobby will actually allow us to keep what we've loaded in. So when we RTP, we get to a new area and we now have the chunks that the server gave us. But if we've been here before, it will start loading in those chunks. And that means that if you have a build area, look, all those chunks are now still there. So that is fantastic. Let's go over here and now look up. See, they're still there and they're still being loaded in. This is fantastic. I must have been here before because these just loaded in. I must have teleported here before at some point. So, yeah, if I wasn't recording and I wasn't running 2 clients, then this would be a little bit smoother, not gonna lie, but everything is now at, a couple hundred FPS and it's recording at 60 FPS.